ladies, welcome back. So today I want to talk to you about how actually eating more can help you lose fat. I know what you're thinking, it's too good to be true, but hear me out. If you've been dieting for a really long time and you're finding it really hard to stay on track, then there is every possibility that you could be doing with a few extra calories. It'll help with so many things, and I'm going to talk to you about that today. So number one, you could be far too deep into a calorie deficit. So we all know the term calorie deficit, and if you don't know, basically what that means is you need to be eating somewhat less calories than what your body needs to maintain its current shape and size. Okay, so let's say, for example, I need 1700 calories a day for my maintenance calories. Okay, and I want to lose body fat. I want to enter a fat loss phase, and I drop my calories to 1200. Here's a few reasons why that might be far too harsh for me and actually slow down my progress. So if I have 1200 calories a day, which could be significantly lower than what I ever needed to go to, I will find it so hard. So let's say my maintenance calories are 1700 a day and I decide to go to 1200 because that's what Google said, or that's what some app told me to do, because if fat loss is my goal, the less the better, right? Wrong. So if I'm eating so much less than what I actually need to, I will feel awful. Have you ever dieted so hard that you can't stick to it? You have a sore head, you're falling asleep in the middle of the day, you can't wait for the day to be done, you actually can't wait for the end of your diet. So there's every possibility that you're far too low and considerably lower than what was ever even necessary in the first place. So let's say, again, my maintenance is 17 and I just go to 1550, 150 calories under, right? I'm going to be able to train hard. I'm going to feel good. I'm not far too low. I'm not too deep into the deficit that it's not even remotely sustainable. If I can train hard, I can use more energy. I can get through my day. I'm actually enjoying this. I have more food to eat. It's so much more sustainable. So just remember, lower isn't always better. So let's go back to my 1200 calorie per day approach. And I need to make that last me 7 days a week. So I always say to people, treat your calories like your wages. You only have so much to do for the whole month. And if I blow it in one weekend, I'm going into my overdraft. It's going to be really hard to get back out of that. And if you're perpetually in that cycle, you will never get results. You'll be constantly in debt to yourself, in debt to your calories, in debt to your body. So if I am eating what I need to support training, but also just enough to allow me to enter fat loss, then I can train hard, I can burn more energy, I can really enjoy this, I can make it to the weekend and not fall off track because I haven't been so restrictive through the week, unnecessarily so. So point number two, something that most people overlook, there's more than one way to enter a calorie deficit. When people think about fat loss, the first thing that they go to is, I need to cut my calories. I need to eat less. Have you ever considered how your body uses energy through moving? So if you think that food is the only way to create a calorie deficit, you're making it too hard for yourself in a way that it doesn't need to be. So let's say my maintenance calories are 1700, and let's say now to create a calorie deficit, I do more activity and I don't actually touch my food. So I've gone from 5,000 steps a day to 10,000. I've gone from training 2 times a week to 4 times a week. I have now created a calorie deficit just by moving more and not actually eating any less. So to make it really simple, you can do more instead of eating less. And if you're anything like me, and I love my food, I love Prosecco's at the weekend, I like a wee bit of flexibility. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that I don't have to take away any food. So just remember this, if you are in a calorie deficit and you're finding it harder to eat a wee bit less, then why don't you move more, do an extra training session, put your steps up a little bit more and see how that works. Finally, I want to talk to you about how eating more can help you train harder, which will help change your physique and burn calories. So let me go into a little bit more detail on that. So if you're not eating enough calories and you're still heading to the gym, you'll find that your training is going to take a massive hit. You might still be attending the gym the same number of times a week, but your training intensity will suffer. Your ability to train hard, to get strong, to lift heavy, it will suffer when you're on far too little calories. So while you might find yourself going to the gym 4 times a week and you're not seeing results, if you increased your calorie intake a little bit more, you will be able to train harder. You'll train longer, you'll build muscle, you'll increase your metabolism by adding some lean muscle to your frame. So if you increase your calories, just say like 100 more calories a day, 150 from where you're at now, and watch your training performance excel. You will torch way more calories in that session than just turning up and just dragging your heels through a session just to tick the box that you've been to the gym, which won't actually have the effect that you think it does. So just remember, attending the gym and going through the motions is so much different than actually training. So if your goal is to tone up, which really means building muscle mass, then you need to be eating appropriate amount of calories. You need to be training hard under resistance. If you eat low calories and spin your wheels at the gym and do lots and lots of cardio, you're going to end up losing muscle mass because you're not eating enough to sustain what you need. So you'll use muscle mass as energy as well as body fat. Yeah, of course you'll lose some body fat, but you will lose muscle mass, and that is the last thing that we want to do. So I want you to make sure that you're eating to perform hard when you train, ensuring that you're absolutely maximizing that precious hour that you have in the gym. And if all you have is 3 sessions a week, they could be put to so much better use by being properly and adequately fueled, eating the right amount of calories, the right amount of carbs, protein and fats. So pay a wee bit more attention to how much you're taking in so that you can put so much more out. So when it comes to calories, the more of an extreme that you take with something, the less results you'll get from it. We call this the law of diminishing returns. It's applicable to so many things, but really applicable in the health and fitness world. So I want you to think about eating a little bit more. I want you to properly fuel yourself. Don't think that eating less is the key to your results. I want you to find the right energy balance that will allow you to see your whole program out. So ladies, thanks for watching. And if you know somebody who would benefit from this, I would love it if you shared it with them. And don't forget to subscribe below and come back next week for more videos like this.